What up, y'all? 40 miles. Another Saturday, another 30 minutes. Every Saturday, we all become 30 minutes together. I have to do it. I'm focusing on the Can't have the music up so loud because then y'all can't hear what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just sitting here. I got some of my new product yet. People feeling it. It's not available yet, man. I'm not rushing no more to sell y'all stuff, man. I'm not in a rush no more. You gotta wait till I take pictures and put it on the internet. Don't come to the garbage gallery because I don't sell from the garbage gallery. This is my personal creative space. It's just for me to work and be creative at. And I need the energy undisturbed, man. Some of y'all carrying around this disruptive energy, and you come in with that disruptive energy, and when you leave, the energy stays here. It doesn't leave with you. And you never know how long it's going to take to get out. It's like a bad odor, what works. And that's why I really don't do business from the garbage gallery in terms of open to the public type of sales thing. I'm using the garbage gallery just as my creative lab. You know, this is my studio, if you will. And I may use it to, showcase my collections and things that I'm developing to like wholesalers. You know, I'm thinking about putting the stuff in a few stores like Bergdorf Goodman, maybe Barney's. Is that still around? What was the other one? I went to Bergdorf Goodman, Saks Fifth Avenue, Bloomingdale's. I want to put it in a few select upscale stores. I have several different brands, so it'll be in different stores, but I'd rather do the, over-the-counter sales that way, not from here from the garbage can. If I sell from here, it's gonna be like a drug spot. I'm gonna stop you at the door. I'm gonna take your order at the door. I'm gonna say what color, what size. I'm gonna get the money. Close the door. I'm gonna tell you to wait. Close the door. Go get what you asked for. I'm gonna bring it back to the door. I'm gonna give it to you. That's how I'm gonna operate from the garbage gallery. If you come here, if you ever get to come here, you're not coming in. I'm going to do business with you from the door. Because that's just how I do, man. I'm a weird person. I'm a real creative, man. I'm in my zone now. So now I'm not deviating no more. I'm not going to be anxious. This is my energy. And if you're feeling it and you want to own some of it, if everything I make random, there's no random stuff going on over here. If you get something from the garbage gallery, trust and believe I was inspired specifically to make that for you. I feel good, man. I feel divinely blessed. I want to talk a little bit about why I call my place the garbage gallery. Why the garbage gallery, right? I really just like the name. I'm into names like Sir Benny Miles. People ask me why Sir Benny Miles. The story behind my name is when I was coming up with the name. The name I first came up with was De La Bum. De La for of the and B period U period M period Bum, which stood for Black Urban Man. So De La Bum was of the Black Urban Man. Then I chose that name because I was into this bummy look. Even back then, I was into this really grungy, bummy technique of creating, designing. And I'm still into that while we have the garbage gallery. Let me turn the music off. Classical be nice. Little classical in the background. So, just give a little background about myself and the names that I use. So, after De La Bum, Bum Equipment came out. That's why I changed that. Yeah, a company named Bum Equipment came out, and they blew up, and they were all over, and it was too similar to my De La Bum. So I figured, dag, I got to come up with another name now. I can't use De La Bum because Bum Equipment's out there. Even though I could have still used it because they still different, but to me it felt too similar. So then I came up with another name. The next name I came up with was Jeans Motherfucking Jeans, but it wasn't spelled like the curse. It was MUTHAFUKN. Jean Motherfucking Jeans. And I made this really nice leather patch with the name, and I really was feeling it. But I started trying to put it in the stores, and I designed this really nice jean suit. It was really nice. Everybody loved it, but the stores was afraid of the name. They were terrified of the name. It was like Jeans Motherfucking Jeans. No, my friend, we cannot sell this name. It was like the kids are so rude and uncontrollable. It's like if they could come in here and have a reason to curse, we don't want that. Because, you know, they would have been taking it to another level. Yo, you got them jeans, motherfucking jeans? You stupid, motherfucking stupid. You know, this shit is garbage, motherfucking garbage. The kids would have just probably ran with that like that. And I understood. So I said, okay, I need to come up with another name that's more serious. And then at the time, I started really doing my research into the designers and the brands that were out. And I started to realize most of the really successful designers, they were using their own name. At least that's what I noticed. Like you had Tommy Hilfiger, you had Donna Karan, you had Ralph Lauren, you had who I was into at the time. Patrick Kelly, I was studying a lot at that time. Byron Lars. There was another one. I'm trying to remember his name. Another black designer. He passed away. I can't think of it right now. It was Patrick Kelly, another one that I was really into, like studying that was really inspiring me at the time. But anyway, I still want to remember this name. I can't think of it right now. But that's the pattern I noticed. So I said, I should use my name, but I didn't want to use my government name. Not that I didn't. I was afraid to put it out there. It's not that. It was just that it didn't really. It didn't hit me as a name that I was feeling. Aaron Benjamin Miles, and then for some reason Benjamin just stuck in my head because even though my middle name is Benjamin, I hated it for some reason. And whenever my mother wanted to get under my skin, she would call me Benjamin. Benjamin! And I hated it. For some reason at the time, the name just was in my head, on my mind to use as my brand. And then also, I had this thing that I was like, I want people to have to give me respect, because that's the thing. Like, as a young black man growing up, I just felt so not respected by people in general. Like everybody, like nobody respects the black men. No, we it's hard to get respect. So I was like, I want people to have to respect me, even if they don't want to. I want them to have to show some respect. So I was like, Mr. Benjamin Miles. And I was like, nah, that doesn't even sound good, Mr. Benjamin Miles. So, but I was on that path, and that was my logic, that was my formula. I wanted to use my name, I wanted to put that respect on it, I wanted to create a brand. And from Mr. Benjamin Miles, the next thing that just flowed out of my mouth was Sir Benny. Sir Benny. And that flows. Sir Benny flows so nicely. And then when I added the miles on it, it was like Sir Benny Miles. I was like, oh, that sounds so good. It's so easy to say that. Sir Benny Miles. And then at the time, I was, I know for some reason I was, I was watching a lot of with Donna Karan. She was really hot at the time, and her thing was DKNY, Donna Karan, New York. I was from New York, so I was like, Sir Benny Miles, New York. And that was it. Once I said Sir Benny Miles, New York, that was the name. I rushed and trademarked that right away. And ever since then, I've been Sir Benny Miles, New York. And I'm still Sir Benny Miles, New York. That's who I am. That's what I am. So that's the origin of my name, Sir Benny Miles, New York. And then now we have the Garbage Gallery. So why the Garbage Gallery? Well, when I first got this space, I kept Googling on Google Maps, and I saw it was real, it was available. Everything about it resonated with me. I kept following it, and I knew I had to get ready to move from where I was at. And even though the rent was kind of expensive, I was like, that's where I need to be. I need to be there. I need to be there. So I went in there and got the spot. Gave the man like $13,000 just to move in. All my savings. I gave him 4 months of security just to get the place, because on paper my income really wasn't sufficient, and forget about my credit score. My credit score is like, if I had to go by my credit score and my income on paper, I would have never gotten here. I would have had to probably try to apply for an apartment at the shelter. So I got the apartment, and I came in here. Once I got the keys, I laid on the floor. I had no furniture. I just laid on the floor. I slept on the floor for the first few days, and I just kept, marinating in the space and filling it with my energy. And then once I got to a point where I was like, I need a name. I knew I wanted to create a gallery because it looks like a gallery. And I was like, I want a gallery. For some reason, gallery was on my mind. I was doing a lot of studying of art and artists like Basquiat and Wall and, all of the great artists. Pollock, Lichtenstein. I was studying all of the great artists. And I got into this thing where I wanted to start trying, get into art, like fine art, outside of the clothing. Even though that's where I started, but I wanted to start doing some like fine art. So I have this space, and one of the prominent things about the space is nice, big, humongous windows that I have. But the one drawback was the garbage. It's right in front of my window. The garbage for the whole building is right in front of my window, and I was informed by the landlord that I couldn't move it. There was nothing that could be done about it. It had to be there. And the tenants aren't that neat. They're not that tidy, so they would throw the garbage. I had to get on them about that, you know. But that was an issue with the garbage. So I was like, okay, I want the garbage. I want the gallery. I want a gallery. Now, like, what am I going to name the gallery? And at first, I think I was going to call it the Project Gallery, you know, because, you know, New York City has a lot of projects. I wanted something gritty and grungy, because that's where I'm from. That's in my DNA. And then once the garbage situation really hit me, I was like the garbage gallery. And again, I'm into names and how they flow. Garbage gallery, that just flows so nicely. Like Sir Benny Miles, New York, the garbage gallery. That was it. That's the name. It's the garbage gallery. And another reason why that sticks with me so much is because, again, like I said, growing up, I was never made to feel very valuable, you know? People always make you feel like you're worthless in the world. And as a result of that, I always have this thing that, you know, even though at this stage of the game, I know I do have value. I'm very valuable. I'm priceless. My energy is priceless. But that's still in my DNA, you know. It's something about the ghetto. I call it the spirit world. It has a hopelessness to it at the same time as a hopefulness. There's this funny balance there. I'm a Libra, I'm into balance. And so the garbage gallery, it just fulfilled something with me in terms of, you know, people think or assume you have little to no value, which in turn almost makes you feel like they look at you as trash. And if I'm trash, then I might as well be in the garbage, yes? And so I created the garbage gallery for the trash that I am and that I create. But this trash is priceless. I have a thing that I say about trash. I say, what's the first three letters of trash spelled backwards? Do you know? The first three letters of trash spelled backwards. If you haven't figured it out yet, it spells art, A-R-T. Isn't that funny? The first three letters of trash spelled backwards is art. And then the last letters left is the SH, which is shh, don't tell nobody. Because we're selling priceless trash or priceless art here at the garbage gallery. And so that's the story behind my names. And I got a bunch of new arrivals. Here's one of my new arrivals here. You're looking at now the Sir Benny Miles sweatsuits. This is from the Urban Interpretation of Luxury collection. I initiated that, the Urban Interpretation of Luxury. Why did I do that? Because it seems like everyone who wants to be considered luxury or a luxury brand or want their brand to seem, you know, be categorized as luxury, you can never get that because the gatekeepers of that level of fashion, they're not accepting any new applications. It has been and still is the same brands that are considered luxury, which are Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Fendi, Chanel. It's a handful of them. a handful of brands that are considered luxury, and everyone else that has come out and tried to, categorize their brand as luxury, it hasn't been successful. They just straight rejected that. And all the time I've been doing fashion, I've seen so many people try to categorize their brands as luxury. The most you're going to get is what I call it, high end. They will let you can get high end, you can get better, you can get a bunch of other labels to categorize brand, but you'll never get the industry to accept you as a luxury brand. That seems to be specifically reserved for the select handful of brands that have been categorized as luxury for as long as I can remember, and that's all. Nobody else is getting in that lane. So I too wanted to, create some, a luxury label or brand, but you know, I have come to realize that you're not going to be accepted as luxury. So I like to consider myself clever. And so I created my own lane, which I have dubbed the urban interpretation of luxury. Now, although they can regulate and determine who can be luxury, because they probably created that category, but they cannot dictate who can be categorized under the urban interpretation of luxury. And I cleverly created that lane for myself, and that's where I'm going with my stuff. I'm going to create urban, I'm going to create luxury products for the market and for my customer, but it will be the urban interpretation of luxury, which you can't, or they can't, or they don't have any say in what the urban interpretation of luxury is, because they don't even know. They don't even know what that is. They got to sit back and go, is that a thing? Is that real? What is that? Is that real? Is there a real urban interpretation of luxury? Yes, there is. And Sir Benny Miles created it. And Sir Benny Miles will soon introduce it to you. The urban interpretation of luxury. So people, y'all need to, get ready for this, because it's coming. I'm slowly unveiling it. I have a limited resources, limited budget. So I'm just putting everything together really nicely, almost as like for a presentation to someone. And I guess once my presentation is really all the way put together and I do it properly, I guess from there I'll get the financing that I need to really go forward to unveil and introduce the full assortment of products categorized under the urban interpretation of luxury, and you're going to love it. You're going to love it. I can't wait. I mean, I see it. I see it all happening so clearly. Everything is happening. I'm just following the script. I'm not even doing anything. I'm just following the script, the Islamic script, inshallah. I have this thing that I always say that everything is written. You're not doing anything, and that is the secret. That is the mystery of life. The mystery of life is the fact that you feel a part of it. You feel alive. You feel like you're doing something when you're really not. You don't even have willpower. Even all of this that I'm doing is saying right now, this was written. This was written to happen at this particular point in time, and it's now manifesting itself. I'm only following the script. I had no power to say anything. Sometimes I'd be so anxious doing my like little videos because I didn't check the microphone, and so I'm not sure if the sound is on, and I'm always anxious about that. Because what if the sound is not on, and I spent the whole half an hour just talking, and you can't even hear nothing that I'm saying? That would be messed up, right? But inshallah, if it was written to be like that, that's the way it would be, and then whatever follows would probably be written for me to go and check it afterwards, realize it, and then I have to go and do this over, and then whatever happens at the second time with the mic on, that's the stuff it was meant for you to really hear. Oh yeah, by the way, these are my new Garbage Gallery pieces. The Garbage Gallery, the official logo of the Garbage Gallery, if you can see. There it is, in the shirt. And so I also have these pieces coming soon. You'll be able to buy them soon. Go on the internet, you'll be able to buy them. You could try to come to the Garbage Gallery and get them if you don't mind. Standing at the door and me, servicing you like it's a crack spot. Because that's how I'm going to do it. There's very few people that's going to get admission into the Garbage Gallery. It's very select people. People are not coming up in here. Girls be so confused and perplexed when I stop them at the door and I go outside to talk to them, but they be swearing they gonna come up in the Garbage Gallery, and it's like, no, not even you. Not even you. With your pretty self, you're so pretty and you're so beautiful, but you have to stand outside because you're not that pretty to get up in the Garbage Gallery. I'm very protective of the Garbage Gallery, man. It is my sanctuary. Hashtag Buddha, hashtag Dharma, hashtag monastery. This is my monastery. And I must treat it with the utmost respect. And I'm almost at the end of my 30 minutes. So again, this was 30 minutes every Saturday at the Garbage Gallery, hosted by me, Sir Benny Miles, New York. Phone tag live. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. It's a variety show, talk show, featuring interviews when I do get a guest. Well, featuring conversation, interviews when I do get a guest, and project updates, which I did 2 out of 3 today. We had some conversation. I talked about several different things, and I gave you some project updates. Give you a little history of my names, why I chose them. And now I'm going to get back to work and finish putting my labels on my items, and I'm going to see you guys next Saturday for another episode of 30 minutes every Saturday at the Garbage Gallery. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. I hope you're having or feeling divinely blessed, and God willing, we'll see each other again next Saturday, inshallah. Till then, enjoy the rest of your weekend.